Hello, Pauper people, and welcome back to our weekly leagues with Walls Combo. Uh, this week it was quite a heavy one, including the showcase challenge that confirmed the top of the meta being almost impossible for us to deal with. If we look at leagues, the vast majority of decks are Burn variants and Black Red Madness, and then followed by MonoU Terror, Giant Wildfire, and High Tide. The last three are impossible ones, while we can, or close to impossible ones, especially High Tide and Giant, while we can easily play against the Barn variants. What the showcase instead showed was what is expected, that Barn is not good enough for big tournaments, and the real meta is MonoU Terror, Giant, High Tide, and then a lot of the rest, which is a very difficult one for Walls. So that means that this week we are going to play a fun brew because I'm really sick of this situation. Uh, and so what we want to try this time is Crystal Grotto that was suggested by a fellow waller in the Discord in a very, very aggressive or let's say glass cannon list, meaning we play only 12 lands with no ends, no nothing, and 4 Crystal Grottos. Uh, we have two normal elves, just to go as fast as possible. Only one Orochi. We want to have as few as possible 1/1s due to lava darts. Of course, we need the 4 Quirions. And then we try to pump up the 2 drops, which is a slot often critical in our list. So we have 2 Crushing Drawbridges, of course the 4 Battlements, then 2 Ventrellis, and 2 Warlords. We go back to playing Winding Way, and we complain the whole league about it, so be prepared about that. And then the rest is more or less normal. We go the full set of 8 tutors. The sideboard is only creatures. So what we are having here on the top row are Benevolent Bodyguard, which is a sort of catch-all, but in particular useful against blue decks, both Terror and Fairies. Mirror Shell Crab, which is good against a variety of decks, mostly control. A couple of Macabres against combo decks that, to be honest, don't seem to be very present anymore. We try once again Monk Fanatic, which was okay against Krark. I tried lists with up to 8 or even more uh, blasts, meaning uh, both Hydroblast and Pyroblast. In a couple of leagues, I had 6 Blue Blast to try interfere with Krark, but it was never enough. Then we have the classical 2 Scattershots, which are useful nowadays mostly against Delver or Black Red Madness. And then we try the 4 Nailia Disciples, I don't know how it's pronounced, against Barn. This list, I expect it to be soft to Barn. It's also true that in the last couple of days I didn't see much Barn going around, but well, we are just going to try the cards and see if they work and to try to have some fun. So, without further ado, let's go to match 1. Okay, match 1 of this Brew League. We are on the draw against now 1770. We keep not an exalting hand, but we want to see. Ah, okay. We are against a fellow warlord. So next turn we will have Tuck Tuck into Axebane. They go anyway. They are most likely playing the Terminus list. They get Rochi and um, Galvanic Alchemist. Nothing too scary. Here we are so close. We are going to play the Malakut Invoker. That basically means we are going to win this game one, even attacking. Play Batman. And we have the win. Yeah, this was a very fortunate hand for us against a very unfortunate one for opponent. We are lagging a little, opponent concede. So we are one up, and like in many of these games, we are not going to sideboard in too much. Let's see what we could bring in if the client allows us. I think it's just start it. Client is terrible today. I have nothing open, just restarted. Okay, this hand we cannot keep, like this other one, and because opponent is mulliganing. This we are going to keep only because we are on the draw. We are going to bottom the Balakut Invoker and the Reaping. And we hope to find a one drop or a land in the first two draw steps. Also opponent mulligans to 5. They have Aquarium. We whiff the first one. They have the Battlement on 2. And we whiff also the second one. So this game is probably gone. 3 consecutive very bad hands. Let's see what they have. Now they have access to 4 mana. Now 3 additional mana. I don't think we can win, but it really depends only on what they have. Okay, we do get one land. We bottom. Get our own battlement, and now it all depends on opponent having or not one drift. Did no? Zero Sentinel. So they have infinite mana. They are playing very carefully. They did not transmute, so they had the trade in hand. And we are back. Now we are on the play game 3, which is usually important. We also play Invoker. At the moment we had some complicated mana situations. Of course, we play only 12 lands, and 4 are grottos. So we know we are going to mulligan a lot. Client is doing its things. We want to play first. And once again, we are forced to mulligan. This hand would be great if it only had the second land. Okay, this one is better. We are going to put down the drift, which is the card which is most complicated to cast. We start with Grotto, put down additional forest, we pass. Opponent kept 7. We have Saruli. Here we are going to battlement. Next turn, most likely, we are going to Vine Trellis into lead. They have all roots. Let's see if they also have the battlement. No. Okay. Now the problem is only if they are going to have the Axebane. We get the Quirion, which we like. I don't think though we can kill the Axebane if they play it. And here it is. And we are most likely dead. Really amazing how we never have normal draw. Double Axebane. Okay. Here we are going to play few additional defenders into Quirion. Into the Valakut Invoker. Can we get the red, please? Okay. So technically, we can shoot down the Axebane that is paired if they go for the um, normal line. If they go for Alchemist, we are just dead. They go for Freed. This seems a little weird. Maybe they have additional cards and they are only doing it for show. See if the last card is another Drift. No, okay. This was probably a mistake done by opponent because they are not used with the deck. They are venturing, but we don't know into what yet. So they start the Mad Mage. Okay, so what we're going to do now is kill, if we can, both the Axebane and the Quirion. Ah, they even have still activity, so they have the possibility to do much better. Okay, now the Strain. They keep one on top. They can even probably do a third activation. Okay, here we miss. Okay, let's see. If we play, yes, this should. One, two, three. Yeah. Okay. We need one blue mana. Oh, they concede. So we were very, very lucky. We had virtually lost this game if opponent was going to go for the Galvanic Alchemist. I cannot even answer. So we are 1 up. Sorry, 1-0. Let's try to chat. Match 2 against Amaru BR. We are on the play. We have a reasonable hand. It all depends on what opponent is on. This is a very fast hand. If they are on no red, it's a very, very risky hand if they are on red. And they are on red. Okay. This is something we don't mind too much to see. No, this we like. So what we're going to do is we go anyway. We get a lot of tiny creatures. And they have the classic. Good thing is that we have quite a bit of life. Okay, so here we are going to Quirion into Wolfwoods, into Lanoa, into Rushing Drawbridge. So technically next turn we can have infinite mana, but we need to draw something and opponent has to tap out. So they do tap out. They reveal Mountain and a Synth. They play another creature. Okay, so now we should draw anything. Okay, this is good. So here we are just going for the Axebane. To see if they have the Fire Blast. They seem not to have it. Here we can, first of all, play the lead and then decide if we play the Frit. And yes, it seems we are going to do it. So we play Saruli. Okay, that was easier than expected. Opponent had a very slow hand. Here as the trend of the league will be, we just try to disregard whatever they are doing and we bring in only Nihilias if the client allow us to. So we have 4 to bring in. We are going to remove the usual slow slash hard to cast cards. Uh, I, I think we keep all the dogs and we go to 60. We want them to kill our mana dogs. This matchup should be very hard for us. Possibly this version with Tomb Raider is not, but the one with Gutter Snipe is going to be much complicated. So this end is could be a keep against anything else, but we're going to Mali. This one is incredibly better. So we actually bought one land, and now they start with the Tomb Raider. Yeah, here we are going to block always, preserving our life total and or making them waste. Burn spells on creature is our plan, even though we do not have the secondary plan of Ents and Sagus. Let's see if they kill the Quirion. No. So we suffer only 1 damage. So right now they have 2 cards in it. Let's see what we draw. I think the play is to interesting because if we play lead, we cannot play Nylea. So what we are going to play is Crystal Grotto. We don't care too much about this one. And we go get a battlement. Really hoping not to die this turn. But they have only 2 cards in hand and we have technically 2 blockers. Then we really need the lead to give us some life. Okay, if they do not have the 4th land, we are in a good situation. In any case, we're going to block with the She-Wolf Sentinel the Tomb Raider. If they have... okay. I was feeling they were going to kill our Quirion. Instead, we just block here because we don't trust too much, even though most likely they don't have the land. Okay, here we need a good lead. So first of all, we play secret lead and we whiff totally, which is really, really unfortunate. Here we are going to play a lot of defenders, but we are basically dead to a lot of things. We are at 8, depends how many burn spells they have in hand. We are at 5, no sorry, at 6. Now we are at 4, and I cannot believe they do not have a single burn spell in hand. And here it is, which is okay. They had double guessing and we dramatically whiffed the lead. We are very soft to burn with this version of the deck. The sad thing is that this version is probably the easiest burn for us to deal with, the easiest version of Pinger. And nothing. So we're going to be dead anyhow. If we submit, and we wait whatever the client wants to do. We want to be on the play. We have a reasonable hand, although very, very, very risky. Oh, they are running into 5, which is going to help us at least a little, considering the amount of card draw that the bar deck has, which is basically unconditional with respect to what we are forced to play with defenders. Okay, we get an idea, so here we are going to go. This we don't need. Let's see if they kill something. Let's see if they have the pinger. Yes, they do. Now we have 6 mana. We went away first. And we, as always, we whiff. So what we are going to do here is we play one Axebane because we have 2. So we killed, oh sorry, two lands and a reaping. Now they kill as expected the Axebane, which is fine for us. Let's hope they do not have another land. They seems not to have it. So let's try again. We get a vine trellis this time. And I think we are going to go for the first Nylia here. So they should start getting worried and burning our face. Here we are going to attack. Let's see if they block. They do. We untap and play the second Axebane that will be killed. Having lost the reaping is a problem with two Axebane already gone, and we know we have the Orochi Regal Blacks us, so as you see, they start trying to burn us out, which is what we wanted them to do. Now, if they do not find the land, that would be very good. Of course, they find two lands. Okay, which is still not too bad. Let's see if they kill the Axebane. They do. So they have only one card. The problem for us is that we cannot easily kill yet the casting, but we get the lead. That gives us additional life. So first of all, we attack. Then we play few more defenders, so that next turn we have a very good disciple coming down, and we keep pressing their life total. They have a clockwork that unfortunately we don't care too much. They didn't play the land from exile. Unexpected. Oh, finally. This is very good. So first of all we attack and we see what they draw. A land. And we play our battlement. And we play maybe what happens? They concede. Probably they conceded. Look how down we are on time. I really hope they conceded because otherwise we are. Okay, yes. So we win with the live game plan and a lot of green creatures. Opponent was kind of unlucky this game, but the plan kind of worked. We are 2-0. Match 3 against Physic Man. We mulligan. We mulligan again. We keep this one, but most likely it won't be enough. Let's see what we are against. Tron, some form of altar. So if we find the land, we could have a shot. Now we will need some card draw. Next turn we are going to go War Rules into Battlement. Next turn we are going to have Axebane, but then we need to do something with all this mana. We basically have two draw steps. So they have the Natural Tron. Oh, they are some form of Monster Tron. The Golem version with the green tutor guy that gives I will tell it sooner or later, that gives trample to golems. It's kind of hard. The moment we have drawn all the mana elves in our deck, or all the elves that we didn't need in this situation. We have 16 cards, 17 cards that we want to draw, so it's about 1/3. And they do have the forest, so let's see if they have the Mole Splicer, I think is the name. If they play it, we are most likely dead. If it's... Oh, Bramblewolf. We like Bramblewolf. And we don't get much. So we have one additional turn, and then we are most likely going to be dead. Let's see if they draw or they play some other big guy. This league though is refreshing. I played this morning and it was just High Tide and they choose the Grief. Jund and I think only that. High Tide, Jund, no, and Terror. So basically the top 8 of yesterday's showcase challenge. Almost all of them close to impossible matchup for us. They play. Now we need to have the one draw. Let's see, second attempt. And we get something. So anyway, and we have the win. Okay, so we just go for it. This was a good one anyway. I'm not used to have good one anyways. Here we are going to do play The Shidwell Sentinel, so we have 7 defenders, if I'm not wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yes. That means one invoker activation every 2 untaps. Problem is that I think we are super lagging again. If they concede, yeah. Thank you, opponent. In this case, I think we are going to sideboard more or less like against Burn, at least on the draw. So just life gain coming in, and we remove slow cards. Let's see if we have. So we remove one drift, one shield, sentinel, attack. I keep the house better path. Or we can keep it and stay at 61 in this case. I do not think they are going to be playing Parkland Shamans. Indeed, Sunday afternoon, European time, is the, let's say, afternoon and evening is the easiest time to play because it's probably the moment where there is the biggest amount of normal players, let's say, compared to the usual big amount of grinders during the working week. So the average level or the deck variety is a little higher. Okay, we have a reasonable hand here. And they're mulliganing instead this time. Here we are going to go again Saruri into Roots into presumably Vine Trellis turn 2, unless we draw something better. Then we have Axebane turn 4, turn 3, and possibly the kill turn 4, I'm not sure. We need probably Aquarium. Do they play the steering thing? No. Kelly Trail. Kelly Trail is such a nice design. It's a sort of colorless impulse, slightly less efficient than impulse, but gives lives. Okay. Here we go with our plan. We will get in the forest. I didn't actually look how they scried, but it's okay. Next turn, unfortunately, we are going to have only 5 mana, so we have to play Axebane, and we don't know if anything else. Yeah, they have ancient steerings. Let's see if they look for the Tron piece. Okay, Golem is modified. They draw, and they pass. Here we have actually 6 mana, but we cannot do much with it because we want Axebane on the battlefield. We don't play the Alphas. If they tap out, we have the kill, I think. They do not. So let's see. Yes, I think we're going to opt for it anyhow. We have exactly now even five, six, seven, precisely 7 mana. So let's see. The client is taking weird clicks. Okay, so here the game is already ours. I mean, we had a nice draw and they had a very poor one. Luck is going on for us. So let's see if they concede once we show the invoker. They don't. So we are generating 5 mana per loop. So that means at 40 or every, yeah, at 25 we look at 40. Okay, they concede. They were just trying to optimize the click number. Okay, we are unexpectedly 3-0 against, let's say, 3 unusual decks. We have been lucky all of these games, especially match 1 when opponent had the kill, but probably were gotten by the inexperience with the deck. Anyhow, 3-0. Let's see what happens in match 4. Match 4 against Luminati, who is a grinder, so we are probably going to lose. I like this hand, so I try to keep it. I should mulligan it. But on the draw, let's see. And they have one of our worst matchups, which is MonoU Terror. So we are, if we don't draw a land last next turn and they do not have the counter spell, we are going to win. Of course, they immediately flip. We do draw the land. Amazing. And we have another one. So what we're going to do here is just we put on the play a vine trellis. Let's see if we want to waste a counter for a defender elf. Next, okay, they do not do anything. So right now we are going to bite out one counter spell. They don't bite. So we are playing another vine trellis. Actually another buttermap. This one they will buy. No, another vine trellis. So they mill 2 situational counters, which is fine for us. Now let's see how many serpents they play. 0, which is very, very good and very, very unexpected. So we first start with another battlement. We then play a Shield Sentinel, which is hit by and then we wait. Three, four unknown cards in opponent's hand as soon as they draw. Let's see if now they play some Serpent one. Okay, so now we can do multiple things. First of all, we try another Sentinel. And they do counter it, which is very good. Therefore, we try a winding way that resolves. Here we get tuck tuck into another winding way. That give us a blocker for the Serpent. Did we didn't actually bin anything major with the winding ways. Now they draw 5, but I'm not sure. I need to see what we do. We are forced to block with the Saruli, which is unfortunate. Let's see if they have an additional terror. Dim Inferior. Oh, it can go to the bottom. Here we are going to play okay. We didn't see a single Quirion. That would have been of very, very big help. Problem now is that they have a lot of cards and a lot of relatively lot of mana. They used 1, 2 counter spells. Yeah, only 2. 4 mana left. 5 mana left, 3 cards. Multiple sleeps. Now they have to decide. They are deciding if they sleep another creature or they presume to have a counterspell. Since we can understand they are doing this, it means they do not have the counterspell. Oh, this is unfortunate because I needed to play the. Okay, let's see if we find the Axebane. We do, and the Quirion. Okay, we win game one. Let me see. Yes. Okay, we win game one, even though they had the double early counterspell, turn one Delver, and one Dim Inferior. Luckily for us, they saw only one big serpent. So what we are going to bring in this case are the bodyguards and the scattershot archers. Let's put all that and all the crabs. Let's try to put 6 cards in. We are going to remove at least a couple winding ways. Tack, tack. At least one shield wall sentinel. Yeah, one elf. Now let's remove one white Travis. Only 2 mana cost. Let's see if any of the sideboard cards is particularly useful. This time we mulligan. Mulligan again. Mulligan again. and we keep a fairly bad hand. Here we are. Ah, very bad hand. So we go turn to Axebane and pray. They have the mandatory Delver turn 1. We draw our second actually, sideboard card, but like the first one is kind of useless. Here the attack, we do not block, might be an error. Uh, Here we try the Quirion to see if they counter it. They do not, so then we try the Axebane. That would be countered for sure. If they have the counter in hand, they do not, which is a very good news. If the Axebane can we resist only one turn, we then have the crab open. Let's see if they okay. No, this is a very good situation for us. Well, a relatively good situation for us. We play another elf and we just wait. Unfortunately, we need card draw, but we sided it out a little. They whiff once again. We also know they do not have the inferior in hand. We put down. Yeah, for the moment, we like the Grotto Scry ability. They only cost one mulligan. Here they are going to probably self-mill a little, unless they have something. Okay, no. Here we keep the land in hand just to pretend we have anything. We have really drawn terribly this game, even considering the mulligan. Well, we are not dead with the mulligan to 4 against Delver, which is already a feat. They get the mental note. They have a sleep, 5 cards in hand, and I think we just counter it. They will have probably more, but it's fine. The problem is that we are completely out of gas now. But we draw the reaping. That could be useful. A mental note again. A terror. We go to 13 and we counter another serpent. So for the moment the crab is doing double duty work. Problem is we have nothing. And we keep drawing nothing, so we can sit. So crab proved reasonably good, but we seem to be a little mana heavy. So the player will bring back in the winding ways. Let's see what we remove. The other one Wolfwoods. We put in only 3 winding ways. Okay. Let's hope to have a playable hand. Of course, we removed 2 mana, but they are mana, let's say, creator's cards, but they cost 2, so they usually do not impact the mulligan decision. So for the moment, I would have liked to have both the Scottish of the crab, the bodyguard not super useful. Okay, we have mana, which is very, very good. So here we go, Lanor. They have the mandatory Delver. Here we go, Scry. That we keep into double defender. Flip revealing mental note. Let's see if they also play it. Well, of course they are not going to play it. We get our lead. That draws nothing. Ah, very, very bad lead. See if they have the annul, they do have. Okay, next turn we are probably going for another winding lead the stampede. We are going to play a serpent, I guess, which is the reason we kept the drift. and instead we are going to lose. That card is incredibly terrible for us. So here we are actually playing third path into Benevolent Polygon. Then we untap. I need power. Let's see if they will counter our battlement, and or if they do not have serpents, which is they do have the counter though. So here we are going. I misplayed because shit. We are going to play the drift as a blocker. Let's see if they have the second counter. They do not. We should have attacked, by the way. Here we need an axe bay. Okay, even better. So we have 4 mana. So we play drawbridge to battlement. Ah, that was a good one. That was an average one. See how many inferior they have. I need to go get some power for my laptop. So apologies for noises you could hear. Okay, back. They are beginning the combat. Okay, so this is going better than anticipated. So we just play a lot of defenders. This is the second unknown this game. Let's see what they do. Okay, so the game is going much better than anticipated, but again they had a very slow attack. They go again for the draw tree. Okay, so here we start with the one anyway. They counter it. So we follow that with the lead stampede. That give us everything we need. So first of all, no. They conceded. Okay, we incredibly won against MonoU Terror, and we went 4-0. Again, luck was on our side. See you in the final match for the trophy. Match 5 against Postscriptum. This is a complicated hand. So if we play double grotto, we just have 1 mana. And we can play on the... Okay, we mulligan, even though it's super tempting. We mulligan again. And we keep this one. Here we are just playing 1 grotto. Let's see what we are against. And please, no Clan Shamans. Yeah, I don't know if I want to play. I think I play the Quirion first. That can always be a bait for something, and it's usually okay. We are against red. So, not an easy matchup. Okay, definitely we like the Quirion. And once again, we are against the Tomb Raider, which is unusual. Let's see if they kill it or they just. Okay. Lava Dart. Into 2 additional damage. We are 15. Here we are going to scry. A land will be fine. Aquarium is also fine. And we play a battlement. Let's hope they do not have the Galvanic Blast with Metalcraft. Actually, they could just lava darting it, but we have not much choice. And they do it. They have no more card in hand, but our situation is quite difficult. And of course they have the card draw. Oh. And land and the artifact they need to enable the Metalcraft. So they are first attacking, so we cannot block. And then they play the monkey. Yeah. Here we would really need another battlement. And we don't get it. So we concede. very good hand by opponent against reasonably bad ones for us. Again, this is the easy version of finger burn. The problem is that our deck is really not set up for it. So here we are removing again a little bit of slow stuff. No, yeah, we just keep everything. It will all depend on our initial hand. We have 10 good walls to be played turn 2. And once again, we have the single Crystal Grotto. Okay, the trophy is most likely gone. It could happen. I mean, we were embarrassingly lucky the whole league. And we have nothing. Absolutely nothing. I don't know if we can go to 4. The possibility of drawing one land is 111 on 55. So is about 1/5. I think we mulligan. Indeed, we get a better one. So here we just, oh yeah, we just hope in winding way. Please not Tomb Raider turn 1. Okay. Ah, would be nice if they didn't have the second land. That seems to be the case. Only to give us a little bit of breathing room. Redraw another winding way. Okay. We are again not going to block, even though most likely this is not going to survive. Yeah. But the fact that they have only one land is helping us. Okay. So what we're going to do we want it? No. Here we are going to schedule Sentinel for another battlement. We need only a couple of turns. But now we are starting to block. Okay. Very, very good. They gave us the turn we wanted. So here we are going battlement. To winding way. No, this is incredibly bad. We got an axe me. Suddenly, we needed anything. We not only we put down true Crystal Grotto, so we cannot have the second blue mana, but also the freight. The good thing is that they cannot attack. And we keep whiffing like crazy. Here I just deploy everything because I want to draw a Nylea. But they don't bait. They just go to the face. Double guard blast? Oh, of course. And then double bolt and we are dead. Or bolt and fire blast or whatever. And here our league is dead. We cannot trophy ever. So we forewarned. We cannot complain because we were dramatically lucky the first four matchups, and we were very unlucky the last one. As usual, I totally hate Windy Way. Windy Way is really horrible, but I cannot think of anything better. I tried the last whole week builds without Windy Ways, but they were lacking things. Mm, Not sure. I mean, this is a fun brew, so I'm not sure if it can go on or what to get from it. Anyhow, thank you for watching the video. As I mentioned last week, it might be likely that I won't publish new videos for 2 or 3 weeks in a row. Maybe next week I will still be able to, but we'll see. Anyhow, enjoy walling in these very sad times, and see you in the next time. Ciao.